Shit, I'm so late. Oh, damn it, Foster, move your dogs. Thing's always going for the crotch. Excuse me. Energy.
It's Mini Primetime with your host, Will Friedle. Our special guest tonight, Matthew Mercer. Tonight's episode of Mini Primetime is brought to you by booze. Just booze. A copious amount of booze. And now, let's get to brushing.
Oh! Hey!
Hey!
Sorry, I had like 19 Capri Suns. All right, so Marty.
Okay, welcome.
We are excited to have you here.
Yeah.
We've got a number of questions for you. Okay.
By all means.
Huge fan, apparently, of some of the stuff you've done, people have told me. So,
Okay.
I hear you once played opposite Scott Bakula in a stage production of Speed. Walk us through that.
Yeah, sure. Well,
Well, Keanu runs the gamut from A to A.
and I wasn't prepared for, jumping into how much meat I had to, take off that bone, if you will.
I will.
Okay, cool, thank you.
I said, well, I'm sorry, I jumped on what we were doing here. I apologize for that. What are we going to see? Set up this clip.
We are, we're gonna see my favorite recreation of the classic Mac and Me.
I can't wait. Roll that. Do we not have the clip? We might not have the clip. I don't think we have the clip.
Oh.
Okay. Well, one quick personal question. What is it like to be married to Laura Bailey?
It's its own challenge.
So I've got one more for you. This is from Little Allie Walker, who's a 6-year-old from Poughkeepsie, who asks, how long does it take you to write the show, you and the other actors?
I don't feel comfortable answering that question.
You don't feel comfortable answering? Should we just get to the painting?
Yeah.
You want to get to the painting? Apparently, he doesn't care about your question or you, little kid. So, Matthias Mercer of the Bentonville Mercers, you play the part of the Dungeon Master.
More or less, yeah.
So, who are we painting today, then?
We are painting Shakäste. Shakäste, it was the first guest character of the campaign, played by and created by Kari Payton, an amazing actor in his own right, and the character is badass and awesome. So
Shakäste.
Shakäste, yeah.
Truly one of the great characters in the Mighty Nine.
Yeah, sure.
Our lesson today is creating skin tones and face details with Shakäste. This will be really cool too because we'll be learning some aging effects, and Shakäste is a bit more, let's say, mature. Okay, he's very mature. So our resident painting master, Ian Phillips, has already applied a white base primer and has painted his clothes. But the face and hair, that's our domain. Now, if you want to see everything Ian used for Shakäste, visit critroll.com. So for today's lesson, we're going to be using a couple of shades of brown, a light gray, a white and a brown wash, and a blue wash that we're actually going to thin out and maybe use it in a way that not a lot of people use washes. So, you ready, Matthias?
Please.
Let's do it.
All right.
Hi.
Hey, buddy.
Now, I should tell everybody at home for just their own edification so everybody knows, this man was my first ever mini painting teacher.
Yes.
It's true, and we've come a long way since then.
Oh,
sir.
you've certainly come a long way.
No, you're still much better than I am, and yet we're gonna pretend I'm teaching you things.
Oh, I'll learn a few tricks. I won't admit it, but I'm sure
I'll learn
I will.
There you go. So Shakäste, as you notice, Ian has already done a good portion of the mini, which
Right.
is leaving us with some very specific things to do. We're gonna hit the skin tone on the face, and the hands if we want, but definitely the face. And then we are going to be doing the eyes, obviously, since we're doing the face.
Right.
And then we are going to be doing the hair, because one of the things we're really learning is the contrast between the colors of a good hair job and your skin tone. Also, the thing that's cool is because he is more mature, as we said, we get to kind of do a little bit more weathered look on the face. So
Very
we can
cool.
kind of dilute the paint a little bit in a kind of a cool way, which is gonna be good.
I'm excited.
So yeah, that's the plan. Now, if we're gonna be doing the eyes, we were gonna be jumping with some whites. Would you like to take some white? I'm gonna take some white.
I would if you don't mind.
Oh, it's a little cloggied, hang on. This is why we've got I call it a Verstorkel.
Verstorkel?
Yes.
That's Celtic, I think.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is. So there you go,
Thank you
sir.
kindly.
And I'm gonna blob the eyes. Are you gonna blob? Let's blob some eyes.
do it.
Are you a paint licker?
I'm not a paint licker, but I am a brush licker to get the point there. When there's paint on it, I do not lick.
That's good to know, frankly.
Alrighty, so let's go ahead and get some B.
Let's just blob on the eyes. All
Blobbed in, blop.
right, I blobbed my eyes.
I blobbed mine as well.
Nice. Can I look at your blobbed eyes?
Sure.
Odd eyes?
Your obleyes? Your bob
Is that your
bloblas?
blobbed eyes, I think is what I meant.
Blobbed eyes, I think is what
Your
you're
blobbed eyes?
perfect.
I just want to look at yours. Yeah. See, it's on a white mini, so you really can't tell.
Yeah, not really at this point.
There's the joy. And we're done. Thanks so much for joining
Yay.
us on Mini Madness. All right, so now we are going to pick our skin tones. Now, the thing I think is kind of cool is if we take kind of a darker brown skin tone, but then we dilute it with a different kind of shade of brown, you get this cool kind of diluted color that looks a little more weathered.
Ooh, okay.
So you can check this out. You can obviously do, if you want to just do a straight up color, if you want to just white this color and dilute it out, you can do that as well. But kind of doing a little mix of the two makes for a very cool kind of look.
Cool.
And now we're gonna go a little of each.
All right.
A little mix on the top if you'd like. So you get kind of, it's not really, it's a little mottled and kind of cool. Let's see how we're doing.
Alrighty. Come here, Shakäste.
Now, if you can avoid the eyes, great. We'll probably have to go in and touch them up anyway.
I'm sure.
This is also a very, very small face to start. It's so little.
The zen takes over and the paint guides the brush.
It does.
That's
Have you
like-
painted over your eyes already?
Partially.
Yeah, me too. So that's gonna happen on minis this small. I promise you the technique works on slightly bigger minis, but this is a real small face to start that on.
I feel like I hadn't had that problem a moment ago, and then the paint drifted. Not my fault. I'm not taking responsibility for that.
I wouldn't either.
Oh,
I blame Capri
yeah.
Sun.
Yeah, I've completely painted over both of my blobbed white eyes.
Good.
So
Me
I'm-
too.
Oh no.
See, the blob technique works now that the face is darker. So now you can blob,
You can actually see the difference.
then fix. I'm actually not too upset what I have either. There's a lot of people didn't know that Shakäste originally, before he had the LASIK, had one eye much bigger than the other. So a lot of people, yeah, Kari didn't give you that backstory, did he?
Yeah.
I'd be better if I licked brushes, but I don't. And I am sweating like a farm animal. I feel like Nixon. I don't know, Kennedy.
Really playing to our.
Playing to your audience.
Yeah.
Well, I know how to keep an audience on its toes. And a good Nixon impression will do it every time. We definitely got our skin tone where we want it, right? Your eyes look great, mine need work, but I'm getting there. But I think it's time we jump into the hair.
Great. Yeah.
So
Let's
the
do
question is, how do you want the hair to look? Are you gonna go more blue, more gray, or a little bit of both?
Let's do a little bit of both.
You wanna do a little bit of both?
Yeah.
You got it.
I'm curious. The blue.
So-
The blue seems like a dynamic and challenging choice.
There's your blue tone. This is a wash though.
Right.
So we can use this at the end. But one of the things we can do is we want to do a gray with a little bit of the white to bring it down. And you can either do, as we were talking, the top, really show a gray line around the hair and then the white at the top. Or it can all be kind of salt and peppery. And then what you do is we will thin this quite a bit. and then you wash the entire hair, and that's what'll give it the blue. So instead of actually adding blue paint, you add a blue wash at the end, which will pop the gray.
Gotcha.
Which is kind of a cooler way.
Okay, cool. Yeah, show me how that's done.
I'm probably gonna start and actually do pure white first, almost like rebasing it,
Okay.
and then go from there. Because then you get a real pop of white everywhere. It also cleans up where I screwed up around the face,
There you go. That's a good technique.
which helps. I'm learning from you in this one because faces is not my thing.
That's all good.
Not my thing.
I've got some minis that I'm really proud of the faces of, and I have some minis that I do not show anybody because the faces are completely mucked up.
I
But
like to consider myself the leader of the faceless army.
all right, so you mix a little bit of the gray and the white, you said, in the mini.
That's what I'm doing. I'm mixing the gray and the white and see how it's like. Then the hair is kind of
right.
changing as it goes, and if it looks in the back is kind of the white, it's more white than gray, so it kind of goes from one way to another.
I like that.
And you can even put a little bit in the beard if you want. And my face is finally dry, and I like it. It's just no eyes.
Alrighty, I feel pretty good with the gray there. Over the white.
Pretty good with the gray as well. I'd like to try my eyes once more, but I know I'm just gonna ruin it. I can't do eyes. I can't do eyes. Doing the pull and turn? Pull and turn.
Yep, pull and turn, and then finish with a point.
I got this thing. I don't know what it is
It's
about
okay.
me.
No, it's just how.
Oh! Oh! I just taste lead.
Well,
That doesn't freak you out at all?
it probably should. There's probably something bad to it, and it'll
You
explain
think
a lot
you're gonna
about
one day
me
you're gonna wake
now.
up and be like, I can't see the color blue. Like,
Yeah.
and it's gonna be something weird. It's just gonna be something weird, like 4, 5, 7, 8. Like, what happened to 6? Like, you're never. It's just that's how it's gonna hit you. Is
Yeah.
some bizarre way that won't really affect you all that much, except it's like I can't turn left in a car. Like, it's gonna be
Right.
that.
Yeah,
So that's. Let me look at yours.
explains
I
Zoolander.
feel bad about myself.
No, it's okay.
Yeah, I think it looks great. Yeah, I like that. So you got your face is much more, well, because you got the eyes, you have much more expression than I do. Matt's is the good one. So we got the, between the two of us, we've got normal eyes.
Yeah,
Good.
but you just average the two out.
Average the two out, and we have very normal eyes. That's great. I'm glad we've learned nothing during this lesson.
Yes,
essentially.
that's kind of the purpose.
But that's the purpose of eyes, is that eyes are infuriating. Find what works for you and go with it.
Yeah.
Because yours are perfectly even. Mine took 9 times and are still not exactly where they should be. But I'm going, you know what, I'm all right with that. And you got to be okay with that with your
Yeah,
minis.
at a
Because there's
certain point, you have to let
parts
go.
you're going to be really good at, and certain parts you're just going to go, I can't do eyes. And eyes is one of them. So if you can find what works for you, go with what works for you. I have obviously yet to find what works for me.
That's okay. Regardless of technique, you still
Then
suffer
we're good
along
to
with the
go.
rest of us. So it works out
Exactly. Okay, so we're gonna get to the washing stage right now.
Okay.
A lot of different washes have different viscosity, the different thickness to them.
Right.
So if we went to put the blue tone straight onto the white hair, it would really make it very blue because this is a thick kind of wash. So if we were to cut it down with a soluble and go kind of 1 drop for 1 drop, you could really, really, really thin it out. And then instead of being a big blue dark wash, it'll be just a blue tinted wash, which will then make the gray and the white and the hair pop a lot
Right.
better, which is kind of cool.
Awesome. Yeah, I've actually never used solubles with washes. I've just gone on base washes.
I have as well. Normally you're putting a blue wash on something blue because you're
Right.
popping out the blue.
Right, darkening the shadow. and
Right,
everything.
which we're not doing. We're actually trying to add just a slight blue tint to something white gray.
Yeah.
So we'd want to really just make it. It's going to be very liquidy and cut it down a
Cool.
lot. So do you want to start with the face?
Yeah, let's do the face
who's,
first.
Who's
We'll do
looking
the
at me in a weird way? Or I almost want to paint an eye patch on him. I swear, I think that would be easier for me to do.
No,
than do
own
the
it
eye.
now.
Now I got to
Just
own
own
it.
it.
Yeah, he's old crooked eye. Now, this is very thin. But if you want to bring it down even more, you just drop for drop.
Got it. Okay.
These are good too. Yeah. You can pour a little in there if you want.
Yeah, I don't need too much. It's just the face and the
Look
fingers.
at you. You're so precise.
I'm sorry.
You should be. I want you to apologize for all of your techniques that are better than mine. Let's do it. You laughing?
No, it was a burp.
Oh. Well, then I'm sorry I brought it up.
No, it's too late. It's on camera. Thanks. Some of the wash washed in over the eyes.
Yeah, just take a dry brush if you want and whisk it right away.
The wash has darkened my beautiful white eye.
I can still see mine, they're just crooked.
Your ears is Shakäste after a very harsh battle.
That's what I was going for. You have to have a backstory. He's got a bit of a droopy eye. And now, while that is drying, if you'd like, we can really bring down the blue. Let's see how much thicker this is as a wash.
Oh yeah, it's much thicker.
Yeah, so that is why we got to cut that down.
Perfect.
Here, we got one more little space in our little container. Which is perfect.
You're adding white to it or the
Nope.
soluble?
I'm gonna add the soluble. I was gonna add a little bit of white, but I'm not gonna do that.
Anyway, I knew that make it thicker.
Actually, gonna do 3. So we might even need to add more. We gotta see, because it's very thick.
I'm 4 to 2 on the soluble.
Let's see what turns out. Yeah, I might even go a little. I think yours is a little closer. I might add one more drop. So maybe even 2. And then I think we can just use it sparingly.
God, I love washes. It's one of my favorite moments.
Me too.
Washes and dry brushes are the 2
Yep.
moments in painting you're just like, oh, I made magic.
And you're just going like, it takes you from this is the worst thing I've ever seen to, hey, this isn't too bad, to I am a painting god.
And that,
in that span of time. You're like,
Yep.
look at the highlights I just did. Yeah. Well, that's the joy of mini painting. It's like, it's the equivalent of having a terrible round of golf, and then on the 18th hole you crank one and you landed a foot from the cup and you're like, I'm the best golfer in the world, I'll be here tomorrow.
Yep.
Same thing.
straight up.
I've hit everything people love on Twitch. Golf, Nixon, you name it.
I think this medium was designed for you.
I agree. I think so too. And that ends our broadcast day.
Coming along okay for you?
I'm not horribly upset with myself. I hate one of my eyes, but other than that, I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I might take one more shot at the eye. Need one dot. That's what I'm looking for. That might actually. How you looking?
I'm looking all right.
So can I look at your guy?
Yeah.
You look at mine?
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, the blue really stands out well. I think the blue stands out better on yours than mine. It's great.
Well, there we have it.
Yeah, I love it.
There
I'm proud
we
to
have
have
it. Glad you came out here.
Thank you for having
Glad we
me.
had that interview. Glad you finally told everybody that the entire thing is scripted. Did you have fun painting again?
I did. I had a great time.
Yeah?
Painting. Wish I could do it more often.
Well, I think you should come back then. You know what? Just come and do all my eyes. Could we do that? All right.
Thank
Say
you.
hi to your wife Laura for me. I appreciate that.
I will.
Okay, great. That's our show for tonight. Thanks to Matthias Marcanoni for stopping by to help us learn. Today we learned how to manufacture aging through skin tone, hair and face details by, first of all, following your art heart and deciding on your colors, then patiently building out your layers, then using a diluted wash to finish. We also learned in detail the best ways to paint your eyes. That's tough. We saw that happen, didn't we? Next week, we're gonna have Dallas Cowboys superfan Hillary Duff here to help us learn how to work with our mistakes to create realistic battle damage. That's gonna be a lot of fun. I hear she smells terrific. As always, if you want to paint Shakäste or any of the Mighty Nine, or mini sets from Steamforged are available in the Critical Role shop or wherever Steamforged minis are sold. But until then, stay colorful, and don't ever forget, it's not the size of your mini, it's how you paint it that matters. Thanks, everybody. Marisha, it's broken! Hey, thanks, Marcus.
I just. Wait. I'm gonna go. Can I keep this? No? Okay.
He didn't take it.